Hello everybody, this is TB17, and today I thought I would show you a couple of my Thomas AUs. Time and time again, some people are giving out their own thoughts on their own bases of Thomas characters, and I thought I could do a couple myself. Some of them are not accurate enough, or they're just my personal perspectives. You're okay to agree or disagree with any of these, but I just wanted to see which ones stuck out to me as well. This also might be my Hornby Thomas fleet as well, say if I were to do what the unlucky Tug did with Tug's trains. But I'm not making any promises there, and it might take some time too. But either way, let's get to my AUs. Edward. So my AU for Edward, and this one's just recently, and what drove me to make this video in the first place, is that Edward is an LNER D31 class. These engines were built for the North British Railway, soon to be LNER, and it looks just like Edward. Now, since the K2s were built in 1896 and the D31s were built in 1884, that would confirm Edward's a few years older, maybe wiser, but not very much would change. I'm still alright with this choice though. Gordon. Now, Gordon's the only one on this list to have a different wheel configuration than everyone else. But he's still an LNER Gresley-built engine, and has a Mikado wheel configuration as well. And another thing I should point out is that there were only 6 of these engines ever built, and they were built in May of 1934, and that would confuse when Gordon arrived to Sodor, but in my defense, I don't give a crap. Henry. So my Henry AU is that Henry is a GWR Hall class, a 10-wheeler type locomotive, and were built somewhere around the mid-20s. Now some might be wondering, what Hall class is Henry? Well, from what I'd like to think, since Henry's the third engine introduced in the 3 railway engines, his debut appearance was in the 3rd Railway Series story, and since Henry overall is the number 3 green engine, Henry would be the 3rd Hall class built, Eldenham Hall. Thomas. Okay, my Thomas AU goes something like this. Thomas is not an E2 because many people really seem to hate the E2s and their OCs, so I'm straying away from them for a little bit. But what would Thomas's alternate basis be? It's not going to be a Ginty, if anything. And I've been thinking about the Terriers, which, as I said, they're my favorite tank engines. And
you're not a big engine.
And if you were to compare a Terrier to a big engine, it proves just that. So, in my perspective, Thomas being a Terrier actually works. But that's not just the thing. Not only are the Terriers shorter in size, not only do the Terriers have a flat running board, not only do the Terriers have the same wheel configuration, and not only do the Terriers have the unextended side tanks, but there's one more thing I'd like to point out. In The Adventure Begins, Thomas's original number is number 70 in his LBSC livery, and there is a Terrier numbered 70 called Poplar, and Poplar is a preserved engine, and Poplar still runs on the Bluebell Railway to this day, so wait a minute. So if Thomas is a Terrier, and his original number is 70, then not only are Thomas and Stepney brothers, but that means Thomas is still in existence! My AU for Thomas confirms that Thomas is Poplar! Now that I've just discovered all of this, I don't even know what to think! Is the Bluebell Railway gonna repaint Poplar blue and give him a face? Holy Lord! It's happening again! Remember when Brooklyn Eastern District number 15 was turned into Thomas on the Strasburg Railroad? The engine is still in existence, but it's Thomas now for the Dale with Thomas events. I just made history repeat itself over in England! How did I do that? This all confirms that Thomas is Poplar, they're the same engine, and they're still in existence, and they're still steaming to this day on the Bluebell Railway! Okay, in my AU, James is a Furnace Railway D35, because it it really has a really good resemblance to James. My original idea was to have a 3F as James, but I looked at it and thought the boiler was too big. I mean, compare that to the re-release of the Playrail James. I mean, it's almost as if James is a 3F there. And finally, Percy is a Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Class 21. There wasn't much other locomotives or saddle tanks that resemble Percy, so I kind of had to bite my tongue on Percy being a pug. And besides, compare that to I think a few Dan with Thomas Percys. I mean, some of them are pugs, but I don't really know. They could be Peckets too, but I mean, that's it, I guess. No, I'm serious. That's it. That's literally all of my AUs for different characters. Everyone else's basis just fits well, in my opinion. Just that's all I feel. Those are all my AUs. I don't know if I'll make customs of them. I don't know how else to end videos.